I'm telling you, Meowth and Persian could use Payday as an adventure effect. I'm telling you.
Oh, yes. That's such a good one.
Yeah.
I don't tie it in with Gmax Meowth. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You could do that. Long cat. Big
cat
money.
Payday.
That's right. We're like pay week when it's that size. My word.
You're tuned into the GOCast podcast, your one-stop shop for updates, news, tips, and community in the world of Pokemon Go. Thank you for listening.
GoFest 2024 will be one to remember without a Marshadow of a doubt.
A legendary Pokemon returns. No need to brood. We're happy to see a second chance at Zarude. And more on this episode of GoCast. Hello and welcome to the GoCast podcast, episode 274. It's March 14th, aka Pi Day, as Kyle reminded me before we got started here. I'm your host, Chris, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Kyle.
Hiya.
Hey, Kyle, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
That's good. That's good. You got to be doing at least all right on Pi Day. Them's the rules. Shout out to Carlo. That's just, it's how it's got to be. If you were to celebrate this day with one Pokemon, what Pokemon would it be?
Well, I mean, it's got to be Appleton. It's not in Go yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a shame.
But Appleton it's a pie, but also it's the best food Pokemon, I think, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you there. What am I going to say?
I mean,
Vanillite? I don't know.
El Creme is pretty good.
Ooh, I do love El Creme.
is pretty good.
Oh, yeah, and Cherubi's good too, but I guess it's just a fruit, necessarily like a prepared food.
Not quite the same.
Yeah. Oh, man, we got some good pastry Pokemon, don't we? And like desserts and stuff. Anyway, getting distracted by Pokemon that aren't even in Go, and this is a Go podcast. Thank you for joining us today for episode 274. We've got quite a bit of stuff to go through today, including the now released GoFest 2024 and the details for said GoFests. We know the where, the when, and some of the what. We'll get to that a little bit later. But first and foremost, Mr. Kyle, we set some goals last week. And this was going to include our time with the Pokemon Horizons, the series, the events over the weekend, and no other event really, which was kind of nice. But it did include us hatching quite a few eggs for Charcadet. So for yourself, you wanted to get 25 kilometers on your adventure sync as you are pursuing that. Was that your masterwork research or?
No, it's for my level up. I was only at 6 out of 8. For my task there.
Are you 7 out of 8 now?
I am 7 out of 8. I think I was like 32 or 34 kilometers last week.
Oh my word.
Due to all the eggs I hatched.
Very nice. Now, are you on track for being 8 out of 8 by Monday?
Yeah, right now I am.
Okay. Well, it's Lit in Community Day this weekend, so I hope
should be okay.
Okay, good. What about Clear 2000 storage? Did you manage your storage at all?
I did. I just lapped it off.
Well,
sort of. I'm actually trying to tag things that I have like a lot of candy in that I don't care about anymore to evolve for future days. So I've got like 300 Pokemon tagged for evolution right now.
Okay. Ooh, well, look at you preparing and all that good stuff. And you get all that space, which is really, really nice. What about gifting every day?
So here's the thing.
Did you miss a day?
This is no.
Okay.
I missed several days because I would get home from work and open Go and hatch my eggs.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm like, well, I can't open gifts because I do not want 7K eggs.
Oh.
So there were several days in the last 9 days since we recorded that I did not send gifts or open gifts.
What's
that
great
said, Sarah Amanda and I are best friends today, but I don't believe either of us have opened yet, so I might as well save it for Saturday.
You've beat me by quite a bit. You really narrowed in on that. You're like, I only have a 12-day margin or whatever it was. I got to stick with it. And you didn't slip. I ain't catching you tripping at all. My goodness. Good for you. Now, Best Buddy Dynamite. Did that happen?
It did happen, and I have now started my Shundo Hisuian Typhlosion. He does not have a name yet, but he's going to need one.
Okay. Do you have any front runners for the name yet, or?
No, I don't. I'm not going to lie. As I started talking, I was like, wait, it doesn't have a name. I need to think of one now.
Put it on the old to-do list. Love it. 300,000 experience.
I did. I killed that. I got like 600,000. I got a best buddy this last week, or best friend this last week.
Who are you? My goodness. And did you get at least Chew Car Cadets? Did you get 2 Char Cadets?
No, I did not.
How many did you get?
I got 1.
Out of how many eggs?
Like 60.
Jeez.
I got 1 in 60. And there was probably only like 6 or 7 10K eggs in those 60. That's just what I got.
Wow.
And yeah. And I currently have 1 last 10K from then in an incubator at 0.6 kilometers away. That said, this is relevant. Egg I got today has Charcadet in the same rarity that it had during the event for a 10K egg.
Yes.
So it didn't like get more rare when the event happened. At the
yeah. Larvesta is still rare, right?
It's the 3 egg tier, so it's not actually that bad at all.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I think I've got some as well. It's in 3. Yeah, above that is Frigibax, and then the 5 egg is Larvesta.
Yep.
It's looking like. Yeah, that's about right. All right, cool. Very, very cool. And then, actually, that was it for you. So you've gotten, you did not get 2 of them. 3 of them. You did not get 3 of them. So you're 3 out of 6. Good for you.
I only didn't get 2 of them. The Charcadet and the gifting. I did the other.
You did. You did clear your storage. Forgive me.
6.
I'm trying to undercut your achievements here. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's right. 6.
Just trying to ruin my ratio even more.
4 out of 6. All right. Good job, Kyle. For myself, I wanted to hatch 50 eggs this week in search of these Char Cadet. I hatched a lot. I don't even remember how many I hatched. I can tell you how many I hatched before I stopped counting how many I had hatched for my not my dynamite. That's the other person. My Char Cadet. I hatched 113 eggs. 113 eggs this past week. So I did do that. 250,000 Stardust. I certainly did. I got 300K. 2 shinies. I got 2 shiny Scyther this past week. Love it. At least 1 Char Cadet. I got 6. I got 6.
Oh my Jesus.
6 Char Cadet.
This is garbage. Okay.
Sorry.
This is garbage.
One was 14, 14, 14. That was my best one.
The one that I got was 10, 11, 10.
It's so close. So close to very disappointing. And then lastly, clear 2,000 storage. It did not. I cleared about 300, 400 a couple of times and then ended up filling my inventory right back up. I was traveling this past weekend for work, so I was kind of just having my ball go. And so it was a losing battle for me. But I will say, Mr. Kyle, I transferred 5 shiny Swablu to home. I did.
To home.
I did.
No.
I transferred 5 shiny Swablu to home. Look, it's a nice medium. You know, I'm meeting you in the middle.
No, it's not because it's 5 a week. You literally caught 2 more shinies this week, so you literally made a dent of 3.
I'll get there
in 1,000 weeks.
Which
is 20 years.
It's
you
likely.
Would maybe make a dent.
Look. Maybe we'll have Scyther Community Day in the next 20 years. That'd be nice.
That would only make it worse. You already have like 6 shiny Scyther.
I've got more than that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god! See, that's my point. Why wouldn't you transfer the shiny Scyther?
Why won't you mind your own business, Kyle? No, I need all my Scyther.
What do you need 5 Swablu for? You could have transferred 1 and then deleted the other 4.
12 shiny Scyther, 2 of which are Shadow.
Jesus.
None of them are good. Not a single one. Anyway, we're back in reality.
Not answer the question though.
What was the question?
Why transfer 5 shiny Swablu instead of 5 different unique shiny Pokemon and then delete the rest? You don't need 5 shiny Swablu in Scarlet and Violet. You need 1, and then you can make it whatever the heck you want.
Because I don't want to get rid of them. I just want them not taking up my storage space and go. And so if I send them to home, I don't have to get rid of them for real. And they live somewhere else.
Okay, but at a rate of 5 per week.
Look, I didn't say it was efficient. I'm not making any claims here.
You're
Nothing.
actually negative based on average like catches per week.
Yeah.
Plus shinies caught on Community Day every month.
You
are going to catch more shinies on Saturday than you can transfer over the course of a month.
Yes. You're right. Yeah, because like what I average about 25
to 40, depending on
somewhere in there,
time.
Right? For the Community Day.
Range.
And 5 per week, and there's 4 weeks. That's 20. Look, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying at least I'm not wrong. I don't know. Anyway, before we get started, I got 4 out of 5 of my goals. Yahoo! That's great.
Okay.
Before we get started here, a quick little shout out to an email that we received from Brendan. And they said, hi, I'm like 15 minutes into the episode and you guys brought up the chance to get rare candy XL from transferring thing. Thank you. I gaslit myself because I read that. Confirmed that's what it said with multiple people. Saved 3,700 Pokemon for any possible chance. And when I got 0, I felt it in my soul, and my dreams of a Master League Palkia disappeared.
Oh, no.
So thank you.
Oh, no.
Sorry to hear that, Brendan, but we're all feeling the pangs with you. What a bummer. All right. Well, on that, let's hop into the news because, boy, there's quite a bit. Yo, what up? It's the news. All right, we're going to front load this news section with some talk about GoFest 2024. We got the release of the information for where GoFest 2024 is going to be this year and which locations and when those locations are going to be, in addition to some details like spawn pools and what the legendary is going or the mythical is going to be, etc., etc. All right, so here's a quick 10,000 foot view at it. There's going to be technically 4 GoFest events, 3 at specific locations, and then all culminating in the global that we've come to expect every single year. But what are the 3 locations? Well, there's going to be one first in Sendai, Japan. This is going to be from May 30th to June 2nd. Early bird tickets were sold out within the first day. There might be some general admission tickets that go up once that price comes down. I think they add more tickets to the pool. I'm not 100%. So if you're still looking to go, I would grab it as soon as you can. Even if you don't know if you can travel yet or not, I would probably recommend buying the ticket because at the very least, you're out like $25-$30. It's not a whole lot, right? I mean, it is. I don't want to discount anybody where $30 is a lot of money because fair enough. But if you're in a spot, I think the move is to just buy a ticket and then see if travel works out. And then from June 14th to the 16th, you can go to Madrid in Spain. That'll be pretty cool. I think tickets for that one, Sendai is already sold out, but the one for Madrid is going to be 27. Is this Euro? I think, yeah. Euro, and then 32 when it's not in the early bird discount anymore. And then lastly, the one in the States is going to be in New York City again. New York City, USA, July 5th to the 4th. Yes, July 4th weekend. And ticket prices are $25 for early bird or $30 if you wait a little bit too long. And then lastly, Worldwide GoFest 2024 is going to be that following weekend, July 13th and 14th. And you can buy tickets for that already. So let's drill down just a little bit here. One thing to note that Kyle and I were kind of perusing and looking at before we got started today is that unlike last year where 2 of the events had, I think, the same biomes and very similar spawn pools, every single event from the individual location ones to global, all have unique habitats and unique spawn pools, so to speak. I mean, is there some overlap? For sure, but they all have their own identity, at least on paper. Now, this year, what we're going to do, instead of just sitting here and listing off all of the wild spawns all at once, we're going to revisit these in future episodes as these events get closer. The first one being the one in Sendai, Japan. So either the 2 weeks or the week prior to that event, we'll revisit and do a deep dive on the event. And then we'll do the same for Madrid and then for New York as well. And of course, global. But we'll talk about some top level details that are exciting, such as Marshadow is going to be the featured mythical for this year's GoFest. Now, what can you tell us about Marshadow, Kyle? It's kind of a unique Pokemon.
Well, don't let its looks fool you. It's not dark type. It's a ghost fighting type, and that's all you need to know from me.
Okay.
But yeah, it's great. It's a mythical, as everyone would expect. I will say this does shoot down all talk of Arceus coming this year now.
It does, doesn't it? It's kind of a bummer. But I'm still holding out that they're going to do some sort of an event. Maybe it's not this year, maybe it's next, but some standalone event for Arceus for sure. But yeah, Marshadow was cool and kind of a fan favorite, so we do love that. The bonuses for each of the in-person events, if you have a ticket and you go to that location and play the event, you can enjoy half-hatch distance for eggs, lure modules the last 2 hours, special 7-kilometer eggs, up to 6 special trades per day, reduce Stardust cost, up to 9 additional free raid passes, 2 times catch candy, 1.5 times hatch candy, and 1.5 times hatch Stardust. Those bonuses are then further amplified by the ticket add-ons that you can get, which we are now very accustomed to seeing. It's the usual sort of deal. It's the raid lover. You get more passes, additional experience, yada yada. Egg enthusiast, which is my favorite. You get quarter hatch distance, and your hatch Stardust, XP, and candy are 3 times instead of the 1.5 or 2 times. And there's these citywide gameplay editions, which every single year now since they've done the citywide gameplay experience, it has been good and worth it. So if you're going to be traveling and you're going to be around anyway, honestly, it is worth the money. I haven't met somebody that has said it's not. And you can, of course, pre-order your t-shirt as well. We don't know what the design is yet, but they've been winners the past few years, so that's great. So that's pretty much it. You know, there are some interesting things in the spawn pools that we wanted to point out as well. It looks like there are Oricorio available. Each location seems to have, what do we find? 2?
Yeah,
2
each
of them?
one has 2. Their own plus 1 regional.
Great.
Yeah, that's really look, okay, that's not as good, but it's not the only regional that's spawning, so like it's a little bit more forgiving. Yeah,
but that's not really like the featured regional. The featured regional for this one is going to be on in all habitats with the unknown will be Klefki, which is the one that you could find in France, or in Kyle's case, never.
Not
because
clicking on any of them.
Yeah, but you already got one, right, for your decks?
I have one.
Okay, well, you're done. You don't need to do anymore. And then each event has its own new shiny release as well. And it looks like there's going to be one new release at every single one of the events. And then they should be shiny after that, as has been kind of customary, right? So starting off with Sendai, Japan, we're going to be having shiny Emolga released. And then in Madrid, it's going to be Crabrawler. In New York, we'll have Ducklet. And then finally at Global, we will see Jangmo-o, which will be really pretty cool. All those shinies, by the way, are spectacular. I think a special shout out to Ducklet and Jangmo-o. Really?
What does Ducklets look like?
Pink and purple, man. It's beautiful.
Okay.
It's great. It's really good. So that's pretty much it. Again, we'll go into details more as these events get closer. Each individual event will hopefully have its own specific fun details, And as they've done in the past, we might yet get some more things hinted at it as we get closer. So that'll be really pretty cool. So Kyle, are you looking forward to GoFest 2024 so far? Is there anything that's like hooked you as far as wild spawns or location? Oh, I should say, by the way, if you went to New York last year, it's going to be in the same park as it was last year. It's going to be in Randall's Island. So,
I mean, I'm excited to get Marshadow. Not gonna lie, that's
course.
the big one for me. Nothing else is like a pull, at least at the moment. So Marshadow.
Yeah. I agree. I think Marshadow's kind of the big one there. But I would be lying if I didn't say that Ducklet isn't really, really appealing to me. I do love that new shiny. That's pretty cool. And then on global, there's going to be a chance to get Maractus as well, which will be sweet. So big fan of that. Yep. Again, more details about GoFest in the future. Kyle and I will be at New York. We do not currently have any plans to go to the other two in-person locations. We'll obviously do global as well. But hopefully we'll see y'all at New York. That'd be great. All right, so we've got some other pieces of news here. We've got I hesitate to say a new event because it's kind of like a repeat event. It's called Verdant Wonders. Yeah, that's going to be happening Thursday, March 21st at 10 a.m. to Monday, March 25th at 8 p.m. local time. Rogue of the Jungle returns for $7.99 US, or the equivalent price in tier and local currency. You can pick up a ticket for the exclusive special research story, Rogue of the Jungle, during this event. Tickets will be available to purchase, leading to an encounter with Zarude from Thursday, March 21st at 10 a.m. to Monday, March 25th at 8 p.m. local time, which is the span of the event. Ticket holders gain access to the special research story during the event, etc., etc. After you've received the special research, you can complete it at any time. So this one is not timed. You just need to pick it up during the event. Yes. Good. Trainers will be able to encounter Zarude, the rogue monkey Pokemon, upon completing the special research story. Other special research rewards include the following: 2 premium battle passes, 6 silver pineapple berries, 5 rare candy, 1 incense, various dark type and grass type Pokemon encounters, and more. Now, on its face right there, is that worth $8?
No, absolutely not.
I don't think
not
so
even
either.
close.
No, you're really paying for the Zarude at this point,
which feels a little bad. Usually the paid tickets have value in everything else that it gives as well.
Yeah.
Although I have to go back and see what we got for buying Mr. Rhyme.
The looks and the sneers of people around us. That pretty much is it.
Deserved.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. But did we do it anyway? We sure did. We sure did. Increased incense encounters for ticket holders. The following Pokemon will appear more frequently when trainers use incense, excluding daily adventure, during the event. There's going to be the red flower Flabebe, blue flower Flabebe, and the yellow flower Flabebe appearing in your appropriate regional areas. So in Europe, Middle East, and Africa, that's red. APAC is blue, and in the Americas is yellow. If you're lucky, you might encounter white flower Flabebe and orange flower Flabebe, no matter where your region is or what region you're in. That's been the case whenever Flabebe comes back, so none of this is new. You can also see Panpour, Pansage, Pansear, Cutiefly, Cottony wearing a flower crown, and Zarua. Those can all be shiny. We love it. Also, it looks like Flabebe's shiny is being released. Yes, it is, for this event, which is really, really cool. Some trainers might even encounter the following, which is white flower and orange flower Flabebe. We already said that, but they just put it here because of the shiny. That's great. Debuts. Cottony and Whimsicott wearing a flower crown. It's cute. It's cute. Yeah. Wild encounters. The following Pokemon will appear more frequently in the wild. The Flabebes. And if you're lucky, white or orange Flabebes.
Who would have guessed?
This is listed like 6 times in this article. It's awesome. But the other wild encounters include Bulbasaur, Oddish, Tangela, Hoppip, Poochyena, Nuzleaf, Shroomish, the flower-crowned Cottony, Cutiefly, and if you're lucky, Pansage, Pansear, Panpour, Zarua, and then those fun Flabébé colors. There's also going to be Pokemon in field research task encounters, including Vulpix, Poliwag, Marill, Slugma, the flower-crowned Cottony, Pansage, Pansear, Panpour. There's going to be a collection challenge. Don't miss out on that. And showcases featuring the featured Pokemon. So overall, these spawn pools aren't to die over. If I had to boil this down, and Kyle, feel free to reduce this even further, we've got Zarude in ticket, we've got some Flabébé shiny hunting, and we've got a costumed Cottony, which can also be shiny. And Zarude is in the wild more frequently. I guess it's also notable. What am I missing here? Is there anything else to this event?
No, that's it. Really? There's, lots of Flabébé, I suppose.
Lots of Flabébé. Yeah, I don't think I've ever said Flabébé that many times before in a row. It's literally just everywhere in this article. Yeah, so I mean, Zarude is really good. Zarude is a very, very strong meta grass type attacker. And so, if you got a less than stellar one the first time it came around and you won another shot, that's really what this event is for. I mean, let's not pretend otherwise, right?
Well, now's the point where we ask, how was your Zarude?
Oh, God, don't ask me this question. I don't know the answer to that.
Should have it prepared. Come on.
Sorry.
We know Moo is out here being like, yes, a chance to get a better Zarude.
15, 13, 10.
Okay.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
What about you?
I got
10, 10, 10.
I have 15, 11, 15.
Oh, that's really
so it's not bad. It's going to be very unlikely that I get a better one.
88, 89%.
Yeah, it's 88, something like that.
Yeah. Wow, look at you. I'm a little jealous. Are you going to get this ticket and go for another Zarude or not?
Yeah. I mean, I will, especially because it's not going to be a timed one, so I don't have to feel pressured if I buy it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, are you in the event that you have to purchase this ticket yourself?
Yes.
Will you still purchase the ticket?
Probably.
Okay.
It's very likely. I am what is wrong with this game because I will buy it and get into Pokemon. Because to me, that is the actual value, because I know that I will probably never get this Pokemon another way. Let's be very real here. The only other chance you have of getting this is from another research that they give for free instead of paid. There's no way this shows up in raids. Maybe it shows up for a special in-person event or something like that, but this is kind of it. It's honestly surprising to see it come back. I'm not going to lie.
It has to come back in some way because we don't have the shiny yet.
Yes, but it has to get approved by the Pokemon Company, and they have to have a reason to want to release the shiny in that regard.
Yeah, maybe when
can you legally get the shiny Zarude in game is the real question.
I don't know, but it did make a difference for Darkrai.
But does Darkrai shiny not exist anywhere?
It was unobtainable, I believe. And then it being in Go was a big deal because of that, if I remember correctly.
It's a fair point. It would probably take me longer to Google information than we have for the show, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can't think of an intelligent, efficient search string right now, so we'll just leave it at that, I suppose. But needless to say, if this was going to be shiny or have a shiny chance, they would have advertised it as such. This is just another chance to regular old Zarude. And then, worst case scenario, you have two. Because again, IVs don't matter all that much, like we've talked about before, especially when you're talking about incredibly high stat product Pokemon. So even if you have a 10-10-10, it's still going to be that strong grass type attacker regardless. That's just kind of how the math works out. So anyway, there's all of that good stuff. We have one more event coming up, which we already kind of knew about. And if you listened to our seasonal overview, we made a guess. And of course, it was correct because the way that it was phrased. World of Wonders taking over. Is it a Team Rocket takeover? Yeah, of course it is. When? Wednesday, March 27th at 12 a.m. to Sunday, March 31st at 11:59 local time. Save Shadow Groudon. Kyle, save Shadow Groudon. You got to.
But I did all my rocket radars for Kyogre.
You got to do it.
I didn't mention. I don't think I ever said anything to you. I did all of my radars for Kyogre.
Were any of them good?
4? No. I did get an extra large and an extra small encounter back to back.
Oh.
So that's fun.
That'll be fun.
But yeah, they're not good. Nope.
Yeah, when Shadow Kyogre showcases are a thing, you'll be ready, regardless of what they're asking for.
Oh, okay. So this one is 12, 15, 11.
Kyle, that's pretty bad.
It's usable.
All of them are usable.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Hey, it's 3 stars still. That one's a 3-star.
True. And for those of you at home, they're like, what's the big deal? Just a reminder that the shadows can be as low as, what's it, 666?
666.
So, yeah, those are actually up there. He's doing good. He's doing good. A new special research story will be available at the beginning of this event. Progress through it to receive a Super Rocket Radar and chase down Giovanni. And you can claim this special research up to the end of Pokemon Go World of Wonders on June 1st at 9:59 local time. So that's the end of this season, not the end of this event, by the way. So just bear that in mind. Save Shadow Mewtwo. We got our hands full saving all these Pokemon. Shadow Mewtwo will return to Pokemon Go in Shadow Raids. Shadow Mewtwo will appear in 5-star Shadow Raids from Saturday, March 30th to Sunday, March 31st local time. Shadow Raikou will not appear during the event. So we will be missing Raikou for one of its weekends, technically, for the month. But it's the last weekend, so hopefully if you were going for it, you've had the opportunity the previous weekends.
Here, is this all day?
It doesn't say times.
And this is local times. So yeah. I mean, because I'm thinking if it's timed, wouldn't it be a kick in the teeth if a Raikou spawned right before it turned over to Shadow Mewtwo
so
for like a 6-hour window or something?
So here's my thinking, right?
Yeah.
What they mean here is that while raids can be available, it's going to have it during those 2 days, right? Okay. And the reason why it says local time is because it's not remotable. And so they don't give like a time zone. They just say local time during these 2 days, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, it's good. More Shadow Mewtwo is good.
That's right. I mean, we're going to do them. Absolutely. We should probably make a plan.
Maybe. Now, see, here's the problem. Here's the problem. We have more to read here.
Yeah.
But why this is not good for making plans. It's just replacing your 5-star spawns. We're not getting boosted eggs. We're not getting a targeted time to play. You are just replacing your 5-stars. So you can't just get a group of like 6 people together and go knock out raids. You could circle your town, and what if you find one Shadow Mewtwo? Well, let's check back in 45 minutes, everybody.
Yeah, that's like very true.
This is the time where a highly desirable thing like this really needs windows to play as well. Like he could be spawning all the time for the weekend, and then from 2 to 5, it's increased egg spawns or something to get people to actually go out with groups. I want Shadow Mewtwo. I'm not going to dedicate an entire day to make sure that I get to do them because I have to wait for eggs to spawn.
Yeah. That's a good point. Kyle is right. Yeah, the verbiage here is not, hey, Shadow Mewtwo will appear more frequently in raids or something like that. Like it just says that it will be in 5-star raids. So, if you go out on a Sunday regularly with your raid group of 4 or 5 and you're looking for 5-star raids, and I would expect that same frequency. So yeah, good call out. But all the same, if you can find one and you can pull it off, it's a good Pokemon to have. So in eggs during this event, the following Pokemon will hatch from 12-kilometer eggs. Ah, yes, the obligatory 12-kilometer egg check-in for these Team Go Rocket events. Here's actually something fun and cool. Shiny Sandile is being released with this event, so that's pretty sick. The pool will consist of Larvitar, Sandile, Pawniard, Vullaby, Dino, Pancham, Salandit, and Varoom. All of those can be shinies, save Salandit and Varoom. So we're slowly filling out the list here. I'm happy to see Sandile added there. One of the things for game feel with these egg pools is just that some of these disappointing ones are less disappointing if they could have been shiny.
Yes.
So,
of course.
That's why I was screaming about Palmy for like an entire week. Like we need it.
Tired of seeing Palmies.
Yeah, jeez. Event bonuses: Team Go Rocket will appear more frequently at Pokestops and in balloons, and you can use a charge TM to help a shadow Pokemon. Forget the charge attack frustration. Mark your calendars. Don't cry to us if you forget. Shadow Pokemon. Team Go Rocket grunts, as well as their leaders, Sierra, Cliff, and Arlo, are using different shadow Pokemon. In addition, Team Go Rocket has also turned the following Pokemon into shadow Pokemon. Defeat Team Go Rocket grunts to save them. Also, some of these may be shiny, if you're lucky. They're going to have Shadow Pidgey, Shadow Darumaka, Shadow Gothita, and Shadow Solosis. Now, Darumaka's gotta be good, right?
Yeah. I mean, regular Darumaka's good.
Yeah.
It's gonna depend on that that bulk, though. You know,
That's true.
It can get you. It's already real squishy, but it's very good. So
Yeah. Also, Shadow Pidgey is going to be hilarious. Little angry bird. Big fan. Shadow Solosis will also probably look pretty funny. In Shadow Raids, we're going to be seeing in 1 and 3 star raids, we'll see some fun additions there. 1-star raids will feature Shadow Drowsy, Shadow Poliwag, Shadow Barboach, and Shadow Fungus. The Poliwag and the Drowsy can be shiny out of that pool. In 3-star raids, we're going to see Shadow Hitmontop, Shadow Wobbuffet, and Shadow Sneasel. The Sneasel is marked for shiny there. I could have sworn the Wobbuffet was shiny available, but I guess not. Field research task encounters. You can get the mysterious components, charge TMs, fast TMs, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon. Here's some wild encounters, though. Murkrow, Sableye, Purloin, Scraggy, Inkay, Zorua, Vullaby, and Dino. Vullaby is going to be in the wild. That is notable. I don't think we've seen that before.
yeah, I think that's a first.
Yeah. Inkay in the wild we've had before, but I think it was only once before, right? Unless I'm misremembering, if at all. So that's pretty cool. And everything in that list can be shiny, including Zorua. For those of you that don't think it was released, it was. It's just hard to get.
Yeah.
Do you have a shiny Zorua, Kyle?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay, I've got one. Like my 4th or 5th Zorua ended up being shiny. It's not very good, but I'm happy to have it.
That's crazy. Yeah, I have not encountered very many Zorua, but
yeah,
that's okay.
I'm
waiting for the Hisuian one.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you, Kyle.
What?
A month later, I've got my Annihilape.
A month later?
I did it.
You could have done it
a month
in
and a half.
15 minutes with your sister.
I could have, probably, but she's busy, always working. And so I did grind it out on Master League Blanche.
Oh my Jesus.
Yeah. Yep.
What?
Yeah, I did. Yep. I only had 6 left to do, and I was like, I'll just do this 6 times really easy. It'll be fine.
Okay.
So, just thought you'd be happy to know. Okay. There's gonna be time to research for this event too. Event themed time to research will be available through the event. There's going to be research tasks. You can earn items and encounters with event themed Pokemon. Not Shadow. Well, I guess maybe there's going to be showcases. Those exist, and they will operate the way that you expect them to with the featured Pokemon. And there's going to be a paid timed research for $2. This is going to be in addition to the timed research that will be available to everybody, if the way I'm reading this is correct. The $2 research gets you rewards, including the following: 6 mysterious components, a super incubator, 1 rocket radar, and an encounter with Pawniard. What's really funny is that this almost feels like it's worth more than the stuff you got in the $8 ticket for Zarude.
I mean, objectively, it probably is.
Yeah, it's definitely worth at least the $2. The super and the rocket radar alone.
It's 2 rocket radars, technically.
Oh, yeah, because you get
6
one.
Components to make another one.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Wow.
I don't know why they wouldn't just give 2.
I don't know. Giving components is fun. It fills out the lines, the line items of tasks.
This is fair.
I don't know.
This is fair. 3 lines looks better than 2.
Yeah, if they're like, okay, here's 6 tasks where you have to defeat up to 6 rocket grunts to get, and so then you're getting like, you know, components for each of those, and each one of those gives you a component, and then the reward for that all 6 is another rocket radar or something ridiculous like that. Who knows? There's also gonna be bundles in the web store and in the in-game shop. They looked pretty cheap. I didn't write them down, but they include rocket radars and things like that. And then they listed this as new. Maybe you can help me figure this out. But the Pokeball throw pose, they said it's going to be new and it's available to purchase during and after the event. Now, I have this pose.
Yeah, it's not new.
Maybe it's new to being available to purchase.
Was it available for a ticket or something?
I think it was the
Don't
ticket.
those tickets always just go in the shop after the event though?
I don't think this one did.
Do I have this pose? Let me scroll. Hang on.
There's a lot of just questions being thrown out here today.
I do not have this pose.
Okay. All right. I'm currently using this pose. So it must be that it's just going to be added to the shop finally, and it wasn't before. That must be it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So anyway, that's a Rocket Takeover event. Kyle, I think we already touched on it, but what's big here? I mean, Shadow Mewtwo. Besides that, anything else?
I mean, Shadow Groudon. Like I made a big deal about Shadow Kyogre, but objectively speaking, Shadow Groudon is better. Just full stop. Ground is more useful in like raid scenarios, especially at the moment. So yeah, Shadow Groudon is very good. And maybe Rayquaza will be next.
Oh man, that means maybe next season, right?
Maybe.
Could be.
It's definitely maybe. No. See, they cannot give us 3 good rockets in a row. They gave us 2, and now we're going to go get the Reggies.
We're going to go get the Reggies again. We saved them once, but they've fallen and they can't get up. We got to go save them again.
Skip Rayquaza and go to the Shadow Lake Spirits.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow, that would be something else, wouldn't it? Oh man.
They can't do the legend. Like they can't Shadow. Every Shadow Legendary from this point on, just about like the box legendaries are really good.
Yeah.
Like Shadow Dialga, Shadow Palkia are going to be great. Shadow Zekrom and Shadow Reshiram are going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Like they're going to avoid it as much as they can.
Well, maybe. Or they'll just give us the one and then there'll be a raid event later like they did with Mewtwo. They trotted it out. They will probably, I mean, realistically, give Rayquaza the same treatment and cadence they did to Mewtwo for Shadow.
Very likely. Very likely.
Yeah. But I'm going to also call out Shiny Sandile and Shadow Darumaka as highlights for me as well. Oh, and Shadow Pidgey, because how could I not?
I really hope that like seeing Vullaby in the wild and them releasing Shadow Sandile that we get maybe a 12k egg shakeup or something
soon would be
I
really
have
nice.
2 12k eggs just sitting in my inventory right now that I haven't hatched.
Well,
So-
you got to hatch them because even if they do the shakeup, it's not going to change that pool.
Yeah, I know, but
It'll
I'm not hatching them because I don't have super incubators and they're not that valuable to me right now. I don't want to hatch them.
Yeah, what you want to do is save them for an event where you get extra hatch Stardust or something because those things give you a small fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be good. But yeah, definitely an event to look forward to. And again, don't forget to TM frustration off. Otherwise, you will regret it and you'll have to wait several months.
Another 3 or 4 months.
That's right. Okay, but that's it for the news. We had a lot of news this week, so we're going to be bypassing Gear Up and Pokelore. So after this short little break, we'll be in the PokéPoll segment. See you there.
Last week's PokéPoll question was, would you rather see abilities or held items add to Pokemon Go, and how would it work? Bonus points for an example. Triptando said, I wish this was not the case, but abilities are impossible while this game is still being made by Niantic. That's a fair stance to take. I'm not going to argue there.
Yes.
But in general, it's way too complex to introduce abilities at this point in time. There's hundreds of them, and it would probably just not work in PvP at all. Held items could be introduced in a much more slow and steady manner. Start with one item, perhaps even an Oranberry. Once your Pokemon drops below a certain threshold percentage HP, it will recover 10 HP. Or perhaps percentage max HP in Go would be more fair to all Pokemon, especially those HP weighted ones. You can give it to one of the 3 Pokemon on your battle team, and it would allow for some nice extra strategic play, since you will probably not know which Pokemon of your opponent has the berry until it is consumed. This way of introducing one item at a time, I think, would be doable without breaking the game, and we would get more items being introduced over time slowly but surely. I think that's way healthier for this game than introducing hundreds of abilities at the same time, which would only leave people super confused for months to come. No disagreement, although I would say I think you can do more than one held item at a time, because it'd be nice to have the choice of what item to use to add to that complexity rather than just which Pokemon to give it to.
Yeah, I think if they introduce like 2 or 3 berries at once, that would be doable. But if they introduce 10, that would be bad.
Yeah. That said, counterpoint, a lot of Pokemon have useless abilities. Like, I want to say 75% of the abilities in Pokemon Go are useless or flavor. And I think that if you only want to introduce one item, you could also only introduce a couple abilities at a time too. Obviously, that's a great way to shake up the meta. Oh my God, Azumarill got huge power this season. What?
Yeah.
That'd be terrible. Don't do that, please. It'd be awful.
Yeah, but we're not going to see like Levitate brought into this game, because that would just be awful. It would be something that you can't really square unless it was like a percentage based reduction for ground type moves.
Levitate could work the same way ground type works right now.
With like the quarter.
It's just a quarter instead of immune. And so basically you give any Pokemon with Levitate, it's basically quarter resistant to, or 4 times resistant to ground
type. Yeah.
So like, it's very hard to do, but I do think that there is a lot of bad abilities, and you could potentially shake up the game a lot by introducing a few at a time.
Yeah, agreed.
But I do think introducing held berries is a great starting point.
Oh yeah.
Next one's from Maxtron. They said held items and the pickup ability kind of already exist in Pokemon Go with your Ultra and Best Buddies. You just get stuck receiving berries, souvenirs, gifts, and candies after you walk a bit. I feel like that looks like a checked box to Niantic. And then while you don't get them from your buddy per se, you do get more things from routes. Abilities would be tough to limit, which is in effect since you carry all of your thousands with you at a time. It has to operate like the adventure effect, or only on your active buddy to not cause general madness. I think that's a fair balance. Your general buddy's ability, if it affects the map, is the one that takes effect.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
There are also premium items that fill the role of an ability some may want, like Flame Body for Super Incubators. So I don't think they'd hamstring themselves on that. I'd like to see premier held items for GBL. Megas, Party Power, and Best Friends all already contribute massively to PvE and raid damage. So I'd like to see some love in the GBL. Let me generate energy faster, or have a chance at boosting damage on a charge move, or get a stat boost upon swapping in. Those would be fun. Could you imagine Intimidate? See, Intimidate fits so easily into Go. It would be insanely broken.
It does.
Like it is in the main series game, though. So, like, what's different?
Somebody else uses Intimidate as an example later on, actually, too. Yeah. So, yeah. Flame Body, what a call out. I would love that. Even if it was just like, oh, while you're on a route that like it gives you 10% faster hatching or whatever, like that would be awesome. Like little things like that would be incredible.
That's fair. I'm not going to lie. When I was thinking about this whole discussion, I was only really caring about combat abilities because the game balance, Niantic is already so finicky about the game balance outside of combat.
It's true. Yeah.
But like Flame Body has a use in combat. You get hit, you burn, you hit with a physical move, you get burned.
Yeah, but but if they were just like, hey, this Pokemon, while it's your buddy, it has this ability, Flame Body, and it otherwise is not combat focused. Like, I'm okay with some Pokemon that I wouldn't even probably use in combat anyway, like a Fletchling or something.
Yeah, well, the problem becomes where do you balance that? Because anybody can get a Fletchling at any time, and then that means they sell less incubators. So that's why
Yeah.
I'm like, I shy away from that because
Yeah,
that's hurting our argument to Niantic to give us these things in the game.
But you tie it to another feature that you want them to use. Like I use the example of walking routes.
That's fair.
And then all of a sudden the value is kind of, well, it's not monetary value, but there still is engagement, right? I guess. Who knows? Who knows what their P&L looks like?
All right. Next response from Modders, and he says, "Hello, gents and DeFi 250. I'm a have your cake and eat it kind of guy, so I'll have both, please. But I think we could split the uses. Held items could be used in PvP. For example, black glasses for dark and charcoal for fire types.
Yep.
Could be held to either boost the power of these moves or make it quicker to hit a charge move. A trainer could also hold something like an ability shield to protect their Pokemon from status changes. Like the Best Buddy system, only one item could be held per battle by one Pokemon. We technically already have the mechanic in place. Abilities could be used in raids to help aid the whole party along the line of Mega and Party Energy. Yes, I know this wouldn't work on all abilities, but things like Electric Surge, Drizzle, and Grassy Surge could be utilized to boost specific move typings. Loving your work as ever. Cheers." Agreed. This is not like they're not adventure effects, but something like terrain boosting like Megas is a pretty cool idea. Less boost than Mega, but easier to obtain. Just a nice idea.
Yeah, or even like a stack, right? So it's this would solve the scenario of people being like, "Oh, I'm going to bring a Mega. Oh, I'm going to bring a Mega at the same type. Oh, well, now it's just like we don't all get a boost. It's just the one boost applied once to the group, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Like you could be like, "Hey, I'm going to bring a Mega Groudon," or that's a bad example. "I'm going to bring a Mega Blaziken to this grass type raid, and you can bring a Sunny Day equivalent or something, and together, we can short man this Pokemon that we normally couldn't, right?"
Yeah, it'd be really cool to see, hey, Kyogre's already really strong, but you send him out and now it's raining. And all water types get a 10% boost instead of a 20% one from Primal or something like that.
It'd be really cool if they made it rain in real life too. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Next one's from Ryan Martin via Spotify, and they said, "I'd rather see abilities because abilities could be used like the adventure effects. Like Intimidate in Pokemon games make Pokemon less likely to encounter." Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. I think in this case, you wouldn't want to see less Pokemon, though. There would have to be
you definitely wouldn't want less Pokemon in Go, but there are ones that attract Pokemon.
Sweet Scent.
So
it's a move,
Scent, it's fishing exclusive, but Suction Cups guarantees you catch something on a fishing rod, which we don't have in the game, but there's something that could be translated there.
Is that like Clobopus and Octillery?
I know Octillery has it. I don't know if it's unique to Octillery.
Yeah. I don't. The thing is, like, I always hesitate to bring up Clobopus because it's always the exception of what you think it is.
That Pokemon makes me sad. It could have been so good.
No, don't let it make you sad. It's just funny.
Sad.
It's funny.
So Suction Cups is a ability unique to Octillery, Lileep, Cradilly, Inkay, and Malamar.
Okay. Cradilly, really? A little leap.
Yeah.
Wild. Okay. Sure.
Oh, well, its use in combat negates being forced to switch out. So I guess that fits Lileep and Cradilly's like design a little bit too.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like
that makes sense.
The ground.
Right. It's also part rock type, so it's heavy.
Yeah. Next response from Pogo Fan via Spotify, and they said, "Hey GoCast, sorry I haven't responded in a while, but I would probably say they should add an Eviolite to like ride on, and then it would be busted. Shundo vibes all, Pogo Fan." Eviolite would be a pretty interesting one too. Defensive stats are really broken in GBL, so I don't know how that would work though.
I mean, again, you make it behave differently in PvP, or if you do, then everybody has the same advantage, because if it's going to go on a Pokemon like Rhydon, it's common enough. You can probably get away with that, right?
Yeah, I know a common one in the main series game is Dusclops. Dusclops uses Eviolite.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it makes it real tanky. All right. We have a couple more in the form of emails. First one's from I Am Teaspoon. They said, "Hi, Chris and Kyle. I Am Teaspoon here. I had a great idea to help spice up the goals section of the show and help you out with them as well. Whoever loses the goals for the week has to delete a shiny Pokemon. Winner's choice from a community day." This way, it will put some merit on setting and achieving goals set for the week, and also work on your goals as well. I create 3,000 storage goal now only needs $2.99.
No.
To make it even better, every goal you miss, you have to delete that many shinies. Kyle, you set 5 goals per week and only achieve 2. You have to delete 3 shinies.
It ain't happening.
And I'd probably do it. It'd get me to delete them, but I don't need help deleting them, Chris does.
See, you would readily agree to it because it would cause me more pain.
It would cause you more pain, but
you.
you're also less likely to lose. So
that's not true. I forget stuff all the time.
Yeah, well, you won this week, technically.
Yeah, but I forgot to do stuff.
As for the PokéPoll, I would say abilities, but more like Spatial Rend and Roar of Time ability. An ability to change the weather or bonus candy or 2 times Stardust or something is I would like to see.
Yeah.
Amulet Coin is not an ability. It's a held item, though. It does the same thing. Could give you more Stardust somehow.
Oh.
It's there. They're in the game.
I'm telling you, Meowth and Persian could use Payday as an adventure effect. I'm telling you.
Oh, yes. That's such a good one.
Yeah.
I don't tie it in with Gmax Meowth. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You could do that. Long cat.
Big
cat money.
Payday.
That's right. But like pay week when it's that size. My word.
If you went items, it would look like the best buddy boost. You can only have one, and you can use one of the random souvenirs your best buddy gives you as a bottle cap, which will raise 1 stat on a Pokemon by 1 level, not to exceed 15. That way, you can take your 98% Origin Form Dialga and make it a hundo. I would like to see a quality of life update to the trading system. Show us how many trades you have left for the day, and also when you're trading and you randomly get lucky friends. I don't know how many times I've been trading and gotten back to back lucky trades, which stinks when you're trading to get candy and not to get the Pokemon that's traded to you.
I don't know. That's kind of part of the deal, I guess.
I mean, that's suffering over success, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You say that, and then somebody who's level 49 trying to do their lucky trades is crying in a corner somewhere.
Exactly.
That said, counter. Yes, please, for the love of God, just give us a counter.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So, Chris, when are you going to transfer some shinies for your missed goals?
I'm not. I refuse. I refuse that premise altogether. I will get rid of my shinies on my own terms, which is 5 a week for the rest of my life.
No. So what you have to do is you just have to spend a large amount of money refilling your energy.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know how to do that. Do you just
literally I think you just try and do it without energy and it asks you to refill.
It's like, hey, do you want to give us $8? Or whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but
you could double the speed at which you do it.
No thanks.
For just like $30 a month.
No, they get plenty of money out of me for the eggs. They don't need to get money out of me for me transferring my shinies to home.
Man.
So maybe what I'll do is like I'll just send 5 of each shiny and then I'll transfer a bunch of others. Like so now I'll have to go back and clear out Swablu. Like I'll split the difference.
You probably have 40 Swablu shinies still sitting there.
Probably.
I'm
not going to give you the satisfaction. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction.
You should go check because I know that I used to have that many Swablu, and I think I only have like 9 now.
Oh gosh, I opened this up to my Zarude from before, and I'm still upset about it.
Hang on, I should probably sort by shiny. I still have 38 shiny Swablu. I need to get rid of those. I can't though because I think my girlfriend would rather I trade them to her, which is fair.
Yeah, 37.
Oh, I have more than you. This is hilarious. Close. That's hilarious. Given
I transferred 5.
I only have 7 non-shiny Swablu in my inventory right now. All right, we're gonna move on. Just gonna get more depressed. How many? We checked how many Weedle you had, right? You actually cleared out your Weedle. So
yeah, I have cleared out my Weedle at some point in time.
Our last response is from Lamario, and they said, "Hi, Chris and Kyle. It's Lamario here with a PokéPoll response. Firstly, if I could say both, I would. But specifically, I thought of 2 abilities that might be helpful to the game itself and fair to implement. Flame Body and the Volt, Water, and Fire Absorb abilities.
There we go. More Flame Body.
For Flame Body, which is on several families in the main games, I want to point out it also makes eggs in your party hatch faster. So how about a mechanic where you best buddy a Talonflame or Larvesta? It gets Flame Body egg effect whenever you walk with it, and all your eggs are like half hatch distance while it's in your buddy spot. Skip the battle effect entirely and get people out hatching and walking. Niantic, hire me. Second, Volt, Fire, and Water Absorb. Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon. Random assigned moves on evolving any Pokemon. Random chance you get an absorbing Eevee versus a normal one. Would it change the meta? Yes. Poor Lantern. Oh well. Thanks for the great show, Lamario.
If Lantern is a casualty of that design choice, I think we're all okay with it. I know there are GBLers out there that are tired of seeing Lantern core. So yeah.
Like for the flame body thing, you definitely have to limit or restrict it in some way to even get the conversation going, for sure. Because half hatch distance at any time, whenever you want it, is so powerful.
So here, I had an idea. I'm so invested in this thing now that I just want this to work so bad. All right, so I like the idea of it being like, if it's a best buddy, then it works, right? And what it could be is like the first 5 kilometers of distance that you put towards incubating a day are doubled. So you can't go past that, but up to 5 per day are doubled while this Pokemon is your best buddy.
So
and like adventuring with you on the map or something.
If you go for a 2 kilometer walk in the morning, you'd get 4 kilometers on anything incubated.
Yes.
Okay.
Or even if it's like 2 kilometers, it could be a lower number. Yeah. But like that idea.
There's a conversation to be had in these restrictions in some way. I think the biggest issue with this idea is that I'm gonna double check. Flame Body is only available to like 4 families.
Yeah.
And one is Talonflame, the other is Larvesta, as mentioned. And then the charcoal Pokemon, god dang it, what's its name?
Oh,
Colossus and it's
Roly-Coly.
Oh, it's actually okay. It's available to a little more. Charcadet gets it.
Oh wow!
Well, it's a hidden ability, so that's a little cheating.
Oh, okay.
Not looking at hidden abilities, it goes to Slugma, Magcargo, Magmi, Magmortar, but not Magmar apparently. Oh no, Magmar's up there, so Magmar as well.
Oh, is it listed in National Dex order? Yeah, of course it is.
Litwick family, Larvesta family, Fletchling family, Colossus family. So
yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, but my point is that you gotta spread the love when you do a concept like this, and at least hit more things that people can be happy about.
Yeah,
I don't really want to only be happy about seeing Slugma, you know.
But it gives you a reason to be thrilled to see Slugma, and that's value.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely. I just think that when you do it, you got to have like 4 of these. 4 of these ready to go at once or something like that.
For sure. But proof of concept, Flame Body. Come on, Niantic.
Yeah. All right. For this week's Pokemon, we have, what is your current Holy Grail Pokemon in Pokemon Go?
So what does Holy Grail mean in this context?
To me, it means the thing that you seek out the most, the thing that is like the most sacred, the most impressive, that you would love to own for any reason. Yeah,
that's my understanding of it too. It's whatever your big chase is, your ideal, your one goal. Yeah, not like a white whale, because that implies some sort of limitation that you can find it and you just haven't found it yet, right? But a Holy Grail would be like, in your ideal scenario, what would you love to have right now? For me, it's very, very easy, because I've been hunting for a Hundo Scyther forever. Scyther's been in the game since launch, more or less, and I still haven't found a Hundo.
The one thing I have over you.
I catch every Scyther I see, man. I've got 12 shinies, 2 of them shadow, and I don't have a Hundo, let alone a Shundo.
Mine's cheating, but it is still a Hundo.
Is it purified?
It was purified.
Doesn't count.
It does count.
Doesn't count.
It does count, because who has the use for a non-purified Scyther?
I don't know.
What am I going to do with a 98 Skarmory?
It's on principle.
Not Skarmory, Caesar.
It's on principle. You know?
I did it just because it was a Scyther, and I was like, hey, I can name this one Chris.
Oh,
and now it's my Mega for Caesar.
We love that.
I am looking for it's got to be Shundo Gengar.
Yeah.
Specifically the Shundo. I have many Hundos, as we talked about. I
Swimming in
have
them.
tried. I've done several lucky trades for the shiny. I'm really waiting for like a ghastly community day revisit. That eludes me so bad. I want it so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, but at least you've had a community day.
Yeah.
We need to cite their community day stat.
Scyther nests though, like
So
Ghastly
what?
doesn't.
So what?
Seeing Ghastly out in the wild is actually a more rare occurrence than people would expect.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah, but you've got like a more regular sleep schedule now. Otherwise, you might see more of them, right? Isn't that what we're led to believe? Is that we'd see more ghosts at night?
I mean,
Although,
you do see more, but
Yeah.
not like I need ghosts to go out at midnight. It's not like that, but it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I opened the game at 10 p.m. I'm probably going to see a ghost or two.
Yeah. I remember waking up early for work at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and being like, "Oh wow, 2 ghost Pokemon. Oh, I gotta go and be late."
I remember waking up super early and seeing a Lunatone. I'm like, hey,
Ooh,
I remember that.
back when that was a chase. Oh my.
Oh, man.
Whoo. Well, anyway, dear listener, we're interested in hearing your answers to this week's PokéPoll question, which was, one more time, what is your current Holy Grail Pokemon in Pokemon Go? You can share your answer with us via X. If you follow us at GOCast Podcast, we'll post it there. If you're a patron of ours and our patron Discord, we have a channel dedicated to it. We pull a lot of answers from there. If you're listening on Spotify, in particular, the mobile app, you can answer in-app. There's a little interaction tab there that you can go to and post your question or your answer to the question there. If you're watching on YouTube, the video version, first of all, hello, please subscribe. You can also respond with a comment there. You can, of course, email us at mail@gocastpodcast.com or send us a voicemail as well to 262-586-7717. And speaking of emails this week, Mr. Kyle, we have one thing between us and setting some goals. And what is that thing?
That thing is emails.
That's right. And no voicemails. This week, we've just got a handful of emails. I'm going to go ahead and start us off here with our first one. It's from Juan, and they said, "Hey there, Chris and Kyle." Juan writing in again this week. Hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to ask you guys what you think about this quality of life update in the game. Right now, the Pokemon Horizons event is going on, and with it, the introduction to Char Cadet. I know this is going to be a big chase for a lot of people, as it will be for myself, but it is so frustrating hatching eggs where the Pokemon is featured. And if you are someone like me who opens gifts daily to replenish items, the 7-kilometer eggs get in the way of the chase. Sounds relatable, Kyle? Sounds relatable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just wish there was an option to turn off 7-kilometer eggs from gifts. It disrupts the way you want to play if you are chasing something through eggs at times. Anyway, that is my rant/suggestion to Niantic. Thanks for the great podcast. See ya. Yeah, this should be in the game.
It should be, but at the same point, you also should be able to turn off eggs from stops too.
Yeah. Both of those should exist, I think.
And
really.
I imagine that as far as the conversation goes, you can't say no to an egg once you have it in the main series. So you have to tell the guy like, no, and then he takes it. So I imagine the Pokemon company probably wants everybody to keep their eggs for whatever reason.
Yeah, anything that remotely equates trashing an egg, they stay far, far away from. So yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, I don't think anybody's going to disagree if we had that option to turn off 7 kilometers and then eggs altogether if you wanted to until you turn it back on. That would be ideal. But thank you for writing in. Great email.
Next email is from Nate Dogg, and they said, a quick anecdote about the benefits of playing in person. At the most recent raid tour for Tapu Koko, our local group was also unofficially celebrating the birthday of our fearless leader. Shout out to ATX Angel.
Happy birthday.
Someone in the group recognized that they had just snagged a Hundo Pidgey. As soon as our Discord's bragging rights channel was filled with no fewer than a dozen screenshots of the exact same Hundo Pidgey.
Yeah, buddy.
Though I employed everyone to instantly max and best buddy them for the lulz, I don't think anyone did. Needless to say, I was sad to miss out, but I'm glad that many of my group now have a special memento to remember the day. Hundo Pidgey vibes all. Nate Dogg.
That's awesome. I love that. The twin Pokemon thing is always really, really fun. Like, those are great mementos, for sure. But man, I hope Pidgey is still listening, because this sounds like a dream scenario for them.
That's finding a group hundo is always great. It's always great. We found a group hundo on Gibble Community Day that I still remember. Maxed that one out. It's great.
Graveyard, or was that that
was at the mall.
That was Fest. This was at the mall. That's right. We've been blessed with many wild hundo Gibbles, haven't we?
No, the Graveyard was, we just got shiny Gibbles because it was his release, and no one else in the group had it.
That was a good time. Well, hopefully that Graveyard will also bless us for global again this year. We'll see. But yeah, no, that's awesome. Sorry you missed out, but very happy for your group. And it would have been hilarious to just see the same screenshot from different people of the same Pidgey over and over and over again. That's hilarious. The Fanuc wrote in next, and they said, a while ago you guys asked for suggestions for new features that could be added to the game. It's been a minute, but a few ideas just hit me. Feeding your buddy Pokemon pineapple berries should reward a double candy when you reach the required distance. Oh yeah. When putting an egg in an incubator, you should be able to attach a pineapple to it. Then when the egg hatches, you get double reward candy. When your Pokemon is defending a gym where a raid is happening, you should be able to remote raid that gym from your current location. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Thanks all for the entertaining content. Chris and Kyle, thanks for keeping us informed. Fish and DeFi, thanks for the GBL tips. Chris and Lachlan, thanks for the interesting interviews, and hope to hear some more soon. Yeah, I'm just dragging my feet. I apologize. Signed the Fanuc. P.S. Kyle hit the nail on the head. The first time it's pronounced with a hard U and no soft E at the end. I'm not sure if I did that right, but the previous time you tried, Kyle, good job. You nailed it.
I'm not going to lie. I do not remember.
No.
But if it's no soft E at the end, that'd be Fanuki then, because softy is eh.
Oh, yeah. Fanuke. Ah, well.
Fanuki.
Fanuki.
I don't know. Now we're going to, you can write this back and be like, oh my God, you can't even remember.
Send us a recording of you saying your name.
Oh, no.
Something like that. But anyway, thanks for writing in. Appreciate it. Those are good ideas. I think utilizing items we already have in the game in different ways is a good way to do it, especially when they're things that tend to get backed up in everybody's boxes, like berries. That's a brilliant idea.
For the next email, we have one from Chowry, and they said, hey, it's me yet again. So you wanted to know how many eggs I hatched. I burned through 95 super incubators and used the infinite every chance I could. So about 300 to 325 eggs. Oh my goodness. Also with Charcadet, the egg hatching spree continues. Got a 96% from the very first 2K egg of the event.
Nice.
I would stop. That's it. The event's
That's
over
it.
Right there for me.
Hang it up.
But I'm waiting for the next one. I prefer Ceruledge, so I'd want it to be the higher IV of the two. Speaking of the Horizons event, I got a Hundo Captain's Hat Pikachu out of a raid. Didn't even notice until I searched 4-star the next day. The Electro-type Hundo luck hasn't stopped there. I'm already giving up on doing Tapu Koko raids, as I've gotten 2 Hundo Tapu Kokos in the space of 2 days.
Oh my word.
Wow. No clue what to do with them.
Keep them.
Not much, unfortunately. Just
Power
let
them
them
up.
sit there. Got the shiny Coco from a friend, so I'm free to save passes for the primals and, arguably, best raid Pokemon to date, Shadow Mewtwo. I'm beyond hyped, and my local group is too.
Good.
Also, remember those 2 shiny Giratina? Sorry, Giratino. I'm going to Lucky Swap. I was going to Lucky Swap. I went out at 11 at night on February 29th to meet a friend I'd hit lucky with, and we did the swap. He is now the proud owner of a 15-15-14 shiny Lucky, and I got my first ever Schlundo.
Whoa.
Wow, that's got to be one of the best lucky swaps out there. Holy
that is,
cow.
Yeah, my word.
I have to postpone buddying my Palkia, Dialga, and Palkia in favor of the newly double moved and maxed Giratino. My first goal of 2024 get a Shundo is now complete. Oh, I'm so jealous. That's like thy second holy grail right there would be a Shundo Giratina.
Oh, that'd be incredible. It's meta relevant, it's beautiful, and it's got great typing.
Yeah. Last but not least, the Electric Research Day was great. Got 8 shiny Chinchou, 3 shiny Electrike, 3 shiny Blitzel, 2 shiny Joltik, 1 shiny Helioptile, and a Hundo Zebstrika. That is a haul. I was up and moving the whole day. Came home exhausted, burnt, and satisfied. Hoping the Sun and Moon theme to GoFest means we finally get Necrozma or even shiny Cosmog.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Apologies for the lengthy email and Schlundo vibes all chowery. Not gonna lie, I'll just settle for more Cosmog. Regular access to Cosmog. Or, Lunala and Solgaleo raids. Those would be good too.
Oh, I would love to raid those Pokemon. Oh my gosh. I would love to just go hard on Solgaleo raids, honestly.
What does the shiny for Cosmog even look like?
It's okay.
These are not real. No, that's not real. Why is Cosmog such an anomaly? Just show me the shiny when I Google it. This is garbage. Oh, it's unlegible. You can't even see it.
Yes.
So it's like top 5 worst shinies. Okay.
Yes. It's not
Easy.
great. Not great.
Oh, but Lunala's so good.
Yeah, Lunala's beautiful.
Oh my god. I need that in my life.
Not yet. But when it gets there,
goodness.
when it gets there, you'll be like, thank goodness I saved this pile of passes.
Oh that's so good.
Anyway, thank you very much for the email, Chowry. Our last one is from Kevin Red Bull. And they said, hi, Chris and Kyle. It's Kevin Red Bull here. I hope you both are doing well. I have awesome news and a shout out featuring a nifty story. First off, every single person in my Pokemon friend group, all 7 of us, are going to GoFest New York again this year. I so hope I get to see you guys again as well. Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll also be doing a meetup and all that good stuff. I'll try to get details out about that sooner this year rather than like 2 weeks ahead of time so that people can plan, even if they're not at the event, if they want to come say hi. Next, my birthday is this month, and I got a Groudon Raid Day as a birthday gift. I'm super excited about that. Yeah. That's awesome. My shout out has a story to go with it. You will definitely enjoy this. I was using a third-party rating app, PokéRaid, to get raid invites for Tapu Koko, trying to get the shiny. I was in the waiting lobby, and someone recognized me by my in-game name, Kevin Red Bull. I asked how they could possibly know who I am by that name, specifically. They knew me from all the times I've written in and sent voicemails to the GOCast podcast.
Nice.
They were honored to meet me as I was with them. It felt so cool to be recognized from the GOCast community. It would be amazing to meet them at GoFest New York as well. Shout out to Whack Rap for doing the Tapu Koko raid and being a part of this awesome community. So looking forward to New York GoFest Year 2. Shiny vibes all. Not sorry for the long email. Kevin Red Bull. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. See, sending in emails and voicemails, y'all, it pays off. It pays off. Yeah, no, but it'll be cool to see you again, Kevin Red Bull at GoFest and to hang out and all that good stuff. And hopefully the person that recognized you is also there. That'd be sweet. Make this whole thing full circle. Be pretty cool.
I think it's hilarious to see someone recognized just from a username.
Oh yeah,
on an app.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's really, really great. But anyway, thank you very much for writing in and looking forward to GoFest New York as well. All right, if you'd like to send us an email just like these fine folks did, you can by sending it to mail@gocastpodcast.com. You can also send us a voicemail by calling 262-586-7717. Visit our website for all things GoCast, gocastpodcast.com. Follow us on X at GoCast Podcast. If you'd like to help support the show monetarily, you can for little as $1 a month via Patreon. That's patreon.com/GoCast Podcast. And that gets you access to our patron Discord and all that good fun stuff. Anybody in there will probably say, hey, definitely worth it. It's fun. We chat. Got a million channels. Pretty much anything you want to talk about, you can talk about. Find other people talking about it. It's sweet. But shout outs to our elite trainer tier patrons for going above and beyond. Mr. Kyle, I think it's your turn. Last week I had the honors, so now it's yours.
All right. Shout out to elite trainers Bo, Daniel, Lori, Michael, Ozzy, Arkham, Marvin, Mimi, Sports, Thayer, Jason, Justin, Charles, Modders, Lee, William, Brandon, Ethan, Steven, Nick, our favorite listener, Drew 2, Camo, The Ugly Rock, Jacob, Victoria, and Sarah Lore.
Thank you.
I tried to be more even this time. Was I more even this time?
Yeah, you were.
I didn't really speed up towards the end.
No, and you didn't like slow down or anything. You kept it. You kept it going. Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much for your generous support, elite trainers, and for helping us keep the digital lights on, among other things. We appreciate you so very, very much. And if you'd like to help support the show non-monetarily or in addition to, you can, of course, leave us a review. That helps us out immensely. Thank you in advance. And we also read the reviews on the show. So that's a little incentive if that matters to you. I hope it does. All right, let's set some goals, Mr. Kyle. We've got Lytton Community Day this weekend. What are you looking to accomplish? I see this first goal and I'm very excited already.
The first goal is a 2 for technically, but I'm putting it in 1 so I don't pad out my numbers. Level 48. Gonna be level 48 next time we record. You watch. That's 800,000 experience and also one more week of 25 kilometers. But Lytton is an experience community day, so that should be easy. And I have at least one best friend that's going to happen. So
nice.
Shouldn't be too bad. I want 20 shiny Lytton. And I'm going to continue my gifting every day now that I'm not as stressed about the eggs.
Yeah.
And work on my buddy progress. I'm dedicated. I'm at 7 best buddies, so I need 3 more to finally get to the elusive Kecleon step of this dang research.
You're getting there. You're getting there. By 2025, you might be onto your Kecleon step.
Now, I'll be hunting Kecleon in 2025, maybe, but
yeah, that might be true.
Maybe we'll see a bunch of Kecleon at GoFest. Who knows?
Oh, it's possible. Maybe. Okay, question for you. Are you going to hit 50 this year?
No, too much experience.
Oh, come on.
I need, what is it? 55 million experience by the end of the year.
Yeah, you can do it.
That's more than 1 million experience a week right now, which I definitely can't do.
Yeah, if that was
already in March.
If that was going to be close to like what Lachlan was saying for himself and he walked it back, I can only imagine for yourself.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's going to depend how the summer goes about whether I get to 49 this year. So
yeah. Okay.
I'd like to be 50
49.
Before next summer though, for sure.
Okay. All right.
That's the goal. That's really hard though. That's an achievement, I think, for me.
What you got to do is every experience event, you just got to go hard.
Well, I'm trying to make a more concerted effort for the experience. So we'll see.
Okay.
Lytton's not even that easy of an excellent throw. Okay. No. So we're going to pause. You haven't done your goals yet, but I never got to share this story because we didn't really get to talk about Sinnoh Tour. We played Sinnoh Tour in a group of 6 people.
Yeah.
7 people, including me. I don't know, 6 people. One of them is one of our mods, one of our friends, Camo. And, a lot of people give me trash for being bad at throwing. I am bad at throwing. Chris is not that much better. Don't let him fool you.
That's not true. I'm much better than you.
No, it's not.
I'm
like, okay, this is fine.
Fight you
Whatever.
over this.
We were playing party play. They got an excellent throw task, and it took Chris like 25 minutes to do 30 excellent throws or whatever it was. I'm sitting in this car, actively trying. Meanwhile, Camo, who's in my party, threw 22 excellent throws in like 7 minutes.
Yeah, he did.
Literally every single random Pokemon, just excellent.
I also thought he said that he farmed like some of the raids for it too, or something like that.
No, those are all wild Pokemon.
Was it? Okay, that's incredible.
It was great. I'm like, how do people do this? I don't understand. I understand being good at excellent throws. I don't understand being that good. It's crazy. I wish I could do that. I can't. And it's not like I don't try when I do try.
It just looks like you don't try.
No, I mean, sometimes I don't try. What I'm saying is that when I do try, I still can't do even remotely that good.
I was trying to give you a hard time, then you doubled down on yourself. You're like, no, there are times I just don't try.
Yeah, but I don't care about the excellence. No, nuh-uh. But this weekend, yes, that excellent circle, I'm coming for it.
All right. We gotta do some sort of catch challenge thing where I can have some sort of metric, because now you've made me feel bad.
You
Now
catch
you've
a lot
made me
more than I do.
feel
though, so
bad. That's true. Yeah, maybe I'm equating more excellent throws just as a number, but if we do it like compared to volume, we might be closer than all that. But I refuse to admit that, at least officially.
Okay.
All right. So for myself, 30 shiny Litten, 250,000 Stardust, at least 100 eggs hatched. And then here's the one I'm going to forget to do. Evolve Ceruledge and Armor Rouge now that I have these Char Cadets to evolve.
Right.
So we'll see. Hopefully I get at least one of them done. But if I'm being realistic, unless I set some reminders for like Sunday evening to remind me to do it before we record next week, I'll probably forget, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyway, can you hear that bird?
Nope.
Oh, good. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Good luck this weekend with Litten Community Day, and we'll see you next week for episode 275. Ooh, it's divisible by 5. We love that. Woo! All right. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.